I'll be reacting to World's End Harem Episode 1. I'll be reacting to the uncensored version, and I'll be starting my reaction in 1-0, go. Oh, hell yeah, I'm pumped up. Oh, yes! Oh, it. Because I've heard some, don't know anything specifically about the source material, but I know people who've seen the source material and they say it's pretty interesting stuff. Man, I trust their opinions, so, ooh, man. Oh, so forceful. Oh! Damn! Yo, is there an option for him to choose all of them? I'm just wondering. Cut. Hmm. Hopefully it means it worked out, the confession. Oh, no, some people take a while, though. Different strokes for different people. Aww. Whoa. But I'm assuming his condition's probably something more severe than what AI can heal. I mean, hey, 5 years ain't that bad. Actually. Aww. I know I like this. He ain't. Don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna blame him for doing that. Shows you how selfless he is. Wow. But this, I could see why though, because Arisa probably wanted our boy to choose her. Arisa was probably making hits. Just choose me. I'm sure if I would have said Arisa to wait, she would have done it straight up. But at the same time, I could see why our main protag would have told Arisa, would have not told Arisa not to wait because he probably didn't want someone to have that emotional weight on their shoulders. So I can honestly post perspectives. The only thing that can. Well, the only way he'll be able to tell is just through time at this point. Hmm. I like this, dude. For Isako, it's 3 years. Because, 3 years wouldn't actually be that bad. But hey, you know what? If it's to cure a major disease, the benefits are definitely going to win. Aww. I like it, though. They're giving some emotional weight before he makes his tough decision, too. Oh. Aww. This is so sweet. I think her just showing up is enough. And just picking the best phrase she thinks is best for the situation will work out. Oh. Smooth! Because even though he won't be here, she'll still remember his presence by having that significant item of his. Okay, let's look. But hey, you know what? There have been people that have recovered from comas after being there for multiple years. It always is a rough struggle. Yeah! All right. Whoa. Oh. Oh, let's do a meant for each other. But it makes me wonder how things turn out the way they did, though, at the first bit of the episode, though. Because that doesn't seem like the same kind-hearted Arisa, unless Arisa went through a lot. Oh, yeah, the eyes are slightly different. Maybe it could be one of Marisa's ancestors. Could be that a lot of time has passed. Or maybe even a clone. What if you woke up after sleeping for like 100 years? Okay, I was off. Whoa. Yo, that lady looks thirsty. Yeah, I wonder where he's at. Whoa, what? Oh, no, don't tell me he died. Wait. So the chance that maybe everyone like that was near him died? Because yo, that'd be a fucking twist. Okay, they're all sweating, so I'm assuming it ain't gonna be good news. I mean, with the clothing they've got, they all look like they're ready to go into a freaking cemetery. I mean, for a funeral. Okay, that is fucking creepy. What? Why? That's the biggest question. Why? Oh boy. MK. Damn, that's quick. Ah. Okay, now I understand why she'd have to supervise them. I mean, that's pretty dang. Oh, fuck. So I'm assuming all his family members are probably victims. Hey, you know what? I am not gonna blame him for running. Yo, she looks like she's just seeing a ghost. Okay, all those ladies. Okay, yo, even the young one. Yeah, they're looking way too intently toward their boy. I like how the music's so fucking happy. Yeah, he seems like the only dude there. I'm assuming it's not coincidence. That's what's called MK then. Yo! Okay, good. Wait, what the fuck? Yo, so I reckon like his disease actually saved his ass. I'm assuming they're all the ones that have the same disease as him. Yo, that is so damn cool, being called a resource. Just imagine. Yeah, okay, I could see why he wouldn't be. Yeah. I'm assuming she's gonna want him to braid with him. Yeah, but who the. Yo, this sounds like the perfect premise. Friend, I like, no joke. It does. Yo, no, I've actually reacted to close to 400 hentai, and most of them wish they had a premise this fucking good. Because this is this is a great premise actually. Mm. Oh fuck. I just hope whatever AI they make doesn't go completely batshit out of control, because you never know in these kind of animes how it's gonna go down when it comes to AI. Huh. Damn, I was hoping they shut off the eyes of the other men, though, just to see more of their facial features. I'm really curious now. I mean, I could see why. I mean, they'd have to keep that as much of a secret as possible. I mean, I'd imagine. Jeez. You know, that sounds cool and all, but that's gotta suck for our boy emotionally, because he's not gonna be able to do the lady that he was in love with. So yeah, wow. Oh. Oh. Or at least let him notify his if he has any family left. The ladies that he's got his lot with. And again, I wouldn't blame him, because he was All right, at least the sister's alive, because you know what? I actually liked her. I'm assuming though something bad happened to a childhood friend though. All right, at least his bro's alive. Yeah. Well, hey, at least he'll wake up eventually though. That's what matters the most. As long as his bro's not dead. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Fuck. Oh no. The thing is, though, with a lot of people dead, who knows if there's even any signal towers for that specific phone model that he's got. Hey, I'm not gonna blame our boy for resisting that, at least from the get-go. Whoa! Talk about a lack of. I mean, I understand the desperation, though. I understand why, but I think they gotta give our boy a little bit of time, though. I mean, he has to process the fact that the person they love the most from a romantic context is missing. He's waking up in a world where a lot of people that he knew died. I mean, I'm not going to blame him for not being inclined of just putting his ball into as many hoops as possible. He probably knows deep down why she's stressed like that. Oh my! No, she's gonna do way more than just comfort, though. Well, wow, oh my! Talk about going straight for the action, but it's not that. He just has. Yeah, it makes sense too. I mean, a lot of people would have PTSD right now in this type of situation. Honestly, anyone would have failed though, and try. The only person that would have had success would have been Arisa, and when it comes to betting rate zone, that's about it. Hmm. Actually, would want to learn more about this, dude. Honestly, it's his call. Whichever decision he makes, it's going to have negatives and positives. Oh, sup, Dio Nyeregatron Dong. Hope you're having a fantastic day right now. Oh my. I love that SpongeBob musical. Oh, whoa. I like this though. Now you're starting to see him flustered. it's tough because it's like, because yeah, this is definitely one of those cases where, yeah, our boy, he's gonna have to come with making choices that it's quite the way of putting it there. Now she's trying to, in a subtle way, emotionally. Oh, fuck. Kind of like this now. Now that it adds extra stakes here. Hey, that's reasonable. If he's gonna, at the very least, hey, you know what? Yeah, I understand that the world's at stake, but you gotta look at it from Rachel's perspective too, though. Damn! Talk about being hardcore. Man, I love this woman. Oh shit! I wonder what's with that bit in the opening with like the bloodied hands. All right, great first episode. I fucking love it. And yes, I'm definitely going to be ranking episode 2. Although I heard it's delayed until January. For some reason, the series got delayed. So fuck! It's going to be a long ass wait for episode 2. But man, what a great start. Yeah, the animation looks damn good. And especially considering what's at stake in the series, it having a lot of fan service actually makes sense and it fits in with the series. I love how the opening song is just to do it. I'm like, yo. It'd be perfect if this series aired and it had the Nike commercial shot above saying just to do it. That'd probably be absolutely hilarious. Okay, so at least that confirms that 1, 2, 3, 3 men are alive. Aside from a boy Reito. Just gonna do it. Fucking lyrics. Oh man, I love it. I'm definitely giving this one a 9 out of 10. I fucking love the first episode. And you know what? I actually love this because I think it handles its main protagonist realistic. While yes, if we look at it as an outsider perspective, it could be easy to just call it off as, yeah, most men in the similar situation would be absolutely happy, but I like how they play it off realistically because you gotta look at it this way. Our boy truly doesn't know if Arisa's alive. So let's just say if he were by technicalities were to impregnate a lady first, that isn't Arisa. Most people in that spot would look at it as unethical towards his original loved one. Yeah, there is the possibility that his loved one could be dead, but that's the kicker, though. There's also the possibility that Arisa's alive. So I do love how our main protag, he's got a nice ethical, moral fiber. He isn't just some kind of guy who is not thinking about the potential ramifications of his actions. And that's what I loved about this episode. It gave it a nice emotional punch because it really makes you feel for him. And that wasn't the only thing I loved about this episode, too. I love the fact that from this episode, it had a pretty dang unique premise with like most of the population pretty much being killed by the man killer virus. and little boy having to like, or boy and other people having to breed in order to try to at the very least recover civilization. That is an amazingly unique premise. So that's where I gotta give the script a lot of credit because already, as far as first episodes go, it's completely unconventional in a good way. And that's why I absolutely adored of the first episode. Then, sides from that, there was also nothing I loved narratively too. I love the fact that when it came to right before our boy does his goodbyes, to get a good job of giving us characterization for Arisa, Oreto's sister, and other things of that nature too. Because at the very least, it made me a bit more emotionally engaged with what I saw on screen. So that's what I thought from a writing standpoint, it did pretty damn good. Like, especially the way all of the women were looking at Reito as if he was some kind of like, oh boy. So I'm like, bro. And at the same time, this series also had the tough task of also narratively justifying why that was the case too. And it somehow pulled it off. So that's where I gotta give at least this episode absolute praise. Besides that, gotta say, from a character standpoint, I really liked Reito, how he held firm, and how at the very least he's gonna try to look for his loved one for at the very least a month. But I love how you see how shifty the manager is when she puts in her conditions too. Because I love how here you see, at least with the football manager, she's got I think it was an utilitarianism approach where she thinks about the needs of the many versus needs about the few. And I like that too. It makes the episode thoroughly interesting here, especially when it's your intelligence, like how she tries to emotion and manipulate or boy by saying things, oh yeah, and if you sleep with the woman, they'll be set for life. And I'm like, damn. But I love this though. It shows you the intelligence of our main characters. And there were other bits that were really dang cool about this episode too. For one, oh, hello, Spiral Matt. For one, something that I also really loved, aside from what they did with Reito, the fact that, yeah, I just finished the first episode. It was amazing. I fucking loved it. I just hope though that when this anime airs, but I think wasn't it Crunchyroll that got the rights? That's the only downside because if Crunchyroll gets it, they're gonna censor the fuck out of this. I really wished High Dive would have gone it. Because if it's Crunchyroll that gets it, we're probably gonna get a censored episode too. I can already feel it, y'all. Because at least for 7 seasons straight, I've been following pretty much majority of the non-sequel, non-spinoffs. And whenever a series is on Funimation or Crunchyroll and they have a lot of OPI, it's going to be censored. The thing is, if only High Dive would have been able to get it, it would not have been censored. But unfortunately, you know what High Dive spent their money on, Sproma? They spent it on Watcha Primogi. I'm like, who the fuck is going to watch Watcha Primogi? Of all the things High Dive spends their money on, they couldn't spend the money on this series to get the rights. They spent the money on Watcha Primogi. That is some fucked up priorities from a streaming company. It's like, damn, does High Dive want to compete against Crunchyroll and Funimation, or they just want to step over and die? I'm disappointed in them. I wish they would have gotten the rights because I think it was Crunchyroll or Funimation. One of the two got the rights to World's End Harem. I respect Reito. I respect him because it's like he doesn't want to cheat on his loved one. I think that's completely respectable. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand the other half of people that wouldn't like him because, yeah, I could see the other half of people calling our main character selfish because it's like, well, he has to save the world, and most men would be happy to be in his position to be able to mate with any woman of their choosing. And so people will say that. I understand your perspective, but you got to look at the perspective of Reito. He was already committed with someone else. He had someone that was willing to wait for him. 5 years. That's really a good portion of your youth. 5 years. He had someone that loved him that was willing to wait for him 5 years. So I can understand why he'd be hesitant towards wanting to bet a random ass woman that he's never known of. Yes, most women look at it as paradise and all that. But at the same time, you gotta look at it this way too. He only had someone that he was completely in love with, so I'm not gonna blame him for wanting at least a month to try to find Arisa at all. I think that's respectable if you ask me. I think it shows you that he's got some nice moral fiber in him. And I do love how this episode did explain too that if he can't find Arisa in a month, then yes, he's going to be inclined of mating with a woman. So I love that there. They show that he is willing to compromise. Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't blame anyone for complaining. Like, if someone hated the protagonist, I wouldn't blame him. But if someone liked the protagonist like I did, I wouldn't blame them either. Because it's like this. It's your first. You would want to spend it with someone that you absolutely love. You know? Because most people in life have a degree of selflessness. I think that him wanting to have his first with someone that he absolutely loves is a wish that most people should be able to have, you know? Yeah, I can see why people would be against that, the world and all that. But let's just be real, though. At the end of the day, most people are going to think about their own needs. And if the world benefits from their own needs, then by all means, it's cool and all. But most people think about their personal needs. So that's why I really like the main protagonist because I think the episode broke it down pretty well. At least that's my opinion. Either way, though, the first episode is definitely ripe with discussion. Bad. So yeah, that's why I thought the script was great. I thought they gave the perspectives of the characters really well. Where it's like, yeah, you could pretty much root for almost anyone in the series, if you ask me. I thought the animation quality was good, actually, especially when the ladies were going wild after our main boy. I was like, damn. So from a visual standpoint, they did a great job. The artwork, it looked good. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a common theme this season where you have main characters that resist females. But in most anime cases, though, I could see why, because they usually explain it pretty well. It's cliche, Sparrow Matt, but it works for this series. It works for this series because he does have someone that actually does love him, that would actually be willing to make a life with him. He has Arisa. In this series, it makes sense because he has Arisa. Other anime, yeah, it's cliche as fuck. This one, though, it's justified. I think Arisa, at least what they're showing of her, she's sweet. And not many people would be willing to wait 5 years. So for Arisa to be willing to do that shows you a lot about a moral fiber, especially when she says she'll be willing to wait for Reiko forever. I'm not going to blame our boy from resisting the temptation of the ladies because a woman with that kind of mindset, it's rare to find. So, because you know what they say. Well, yeah, in other anime makes sense, but not in this one, though, because, again, our main character just wants to be with the person that he loves. Well, yeah, I agree with you when it comes to other anime, but this anime does justify it, though, because he does have someone that he loves, though, in this one. In this one, he does really love Arisa. Like, if, say, he had no sweethearts, and he were to resist all these ladies, then, yeah, I would think it'd be bullshit. But he does have someone that he loves, though. That's what makes this situation different from some of the other main male characters in other anime. So that's why I'm not going to blame Reiko for not being attracted to females that are not Arisa from the get-go. It makes sense, at the very least. Especially considering that in the first of the episode, you really saw a lot of legitimate love between Arisa and Reiko. Especially since Reiko, he seemed to have so much trust for Arisa that even gave her something of sentimental value. So that's why I think this episode did a great job of justifying his stance. The thing is, Spiral Matt, they are gonna keep on. That's what's gonna happen, though, Spiral Matt, because even the manager said that she's gonna have someone sleep in with them every day. She said so. That's gonna happen. So that's part of the premise too, Spiral Matt. It's gonna happen. They literally, yeah, they mentioned that in the episode. It's gonna happen. But you know what? I think it fits though because you've got someone with Reiko's perspective that's got a moral dilemma, but then you've got the manager. I mean, it could be. I have my doubts. It could maybe even be a relative. We'll see though. But here's the thing though. When it comes to Reiko, it's going to be interesting to see how he acts regarding the situation. Either way, I'm hyped up and I can't wait to see episode number 2. But yeah, definitely Spiral Man and everyone else. I can honestly see both sides of the coin. But I'm just explaining y'all why I'm not going to blame our boy for acting the way he did because, like, when you have someone you're dead set on and you love a lot, then yeah, you're only going to look at that person. You're not going to want to look at other people, you know? Especially since, going by the language of talking there in Japan, so considering that polygamy is something done only in certain countries, yeah, I'm not going to blame him for having the mindset of only wanting a single partner relationship. But yeah, overall, these are my thoughts on the episode. Great premise, pretty damn good characters for the most part, nice production values, a damn good opening. And that's why I thought the episode was 9 out of 10 worthy. And I'm definitely going to be excited to see what they're going to bring to the table in 3 months. But anyways, right before I go, let me just say thank you very much to Duanyo Gatrandong and Spiral Matt. Yeah, I could definitely see that being the case, Spiral Matt. Either way, can't wait to see how this series is gonna go. Definitely. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, but I always look at it this way, Spiral Matt. People have their selfish sides, and honestly, I think Reiko didn't have a realistic perspective. At least looking at it from his perspective. But yeah, thank you very much for those, Spiral Matt and Dionyag Trondong. And thank you very much, everyone else, for watching my video. Hope y'all ready to share, comment, subscribe. And I'll see y'all tomorrow because I'm going to wake up early to try to catch that. I think it's called Sakugan episode 1 and 2 live stream that Crunchyroll is going to have on their YouTube channel, I think. So I'm definitely going to see if I can catch the episodes 1 and 2 reaction. I think it's an hour-long stream. But, well, anyways, thank you very much, y'all, and have a fantastic day, everyone. Bye-bye.